fetus still in the womb and a newborn infant? Why or why not?
No, but I would still prohibit abortion only after 20 weeks. Before that, I think babies unborn are a choice by their mothers.
Okay, Candidate Hunt, what do you think?
I believe there are minor differences, but not very large. Abortion is a woman's right.
Okay, and Candidate Deal?
No, I do not believe there's a difference between a fully developed fetus and a newborn infant. But I still think that a woman can choose to do abortion if she wants to.
Okay. Next question to moderator Miss Daly.
Who's first?
You're going to ask this to Andrew Hunt first.
Okay. Mr. Hunt, what are your thoughts on primary education in Georgia?
I think it is not necessary, and so I oppose it being enforced.
Okay, go ahead please, Mr. Deal.
I feel that it is the parents have the authority to tell their children what school they need to go to, if it's public school, private school, or being homeschooled.
Excellent answer. Jason Carter.
I just think children need education. Whether public or homeschooled, I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Next question to moderator Snyder, please.
Mr. Dio, do you think the federal government should be involved in our healthcare system?
Georgia cannot afford billions in spending over the next 10 years. The Affordable Care Act and its many broken promises have already left hardworking families and sick patients on the hook. We are a state that balances our budget and one of the few states to have a growing rainy day fund. We must continue practicing common sense, fiscal responsibility.
Fiscal responsibility.
It's F-I.
Fiscal.
Fiscal.
Oh, fiscal.
Yes.
Fiscal responsibility.
Okay, and next would be what you think,
All right.
Candidate Carter.
Yes, for welfare and for everyone's good, I do think
That what?
that federal government should be involved in healthcare system.
Oh my goodness, how about that? And for you, Candidate Hunt?
No, I do not think federal government should be involved. I think each organization should be allowed to expand it or not.
Excellent. Okay, next question from moderator Daly,
Who's first?
and you're going to be asking this one to Jason Carter.
Okay. Mr. Carter, what is your position on adding new gun control laws?
For Georgia's safety, citizens have the right. If they use it wrongly, like murder, then they have penalties for murder. If not, it's for defense, and I believe that people should have guns.
Excellent answer. And Candidate Deal?
I think that we should have the authority to have weapons, and I heard that now school teachers and people that clean up have the authority to have their own guns with them. And I think that it's fine that people have guns while they are going around.
Excellent. And Candidate Hunt?
I think that everyone has an absolute right to gun ownership.
Excellent. Anything more you would like to add to that?
I think that defense is a very, very top priority for everyone, because with all this crime around in the world, we need to be able to defend ourselves. And so I think that people should be able to own guns.
Excellent. Okay, next question is moderator Daly, and you're asking this one to
I just-
Jason,
I just did the gun control.
oh, I'm sorry, Moderator Snyder, and you're asking to candidate Carter this time.
But
Yeah.
she just,
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Hunt.
Hunt.
I got out of order. Go ahead, let's
Which
go
number are
ahead.
we doing?
5. Mr. Hunt, how do you plan to balance the budget if you are elected?
Georgia, I will have Georgia employment taxes cut completely, and federal employment taxes will be reimbursed by the state.
In January 2011, this Capitol building was engulfed in the worst snow and ice storm in several decades. In hindsight, it was analogous to the deep freeze that had descended on the economies of the U.S. and Georgia, which is sometimes referred as the Great Recession. Although the sunny January days in Georgia melted the effects of our surprise storm, no such relief was forthcoming for the economy. Businesses closed, buildings became vacant, families lost their homes. Congress applied historical amounts of financial salt and sand, known as the simultaneous
Stimulus.
stimulus, on the ice-laden roads of commerce. But traffic still could not move. Georgia reduced spending and consumed cash reserves. I will not recount further the disastrous effects of the Great Recession on our citizens, some of which have left permanent scars. Instead, I want to tell you how our state government not only survived, but have reformed our operations in order to better serve our citizens.
Excellent. Okay. And so now we have our final question. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I would not raise taxes right now. They are fine as they are, no matter what the rumors tell you.
Excellent. Now, Ms. Daly, you asked the final question, and this question is going to be for Jason Carter. We're going to end where we started.
Oh, can I do the one for Andrew Hunt? It's a really good one.
Sure.
It's just not going through this, it's going to Jason Carter instead. Mr. Carter, do you have future plans to stop the flow of drugs into Georgia?
If you don't have an answer, I want you to just make one up.
Can you repeat
Just make one
yourself?
Do you have future plans to stop the flow of drugs into Georgia?
Well, for medical drugs, then I think yes, they should be used, but no for just drugs for recreation.
Very good. And Deal, what's your position on drugs in Georgia?
This past summer, Georgia witnessed several tragic accidents in our waterways. We know alcohol is involved in over 50% of all boating
Fatalities.
each year. On Georgia's roads, if the operator of a vehicle has blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher, he can be charged with driving under the influence. However, you cannot be charged with boating under the influence unless your blood alcohol is level is 0.10 or higher. The Jake and Griffin Prince BUI law that I am proposing would change that. If you are too drunk to drive in an automobile, you are too drunk to drive a boat. I will also propose through the Kyle Glover boat education law that you place age limits and educational requirements on young operators of boats and personal watercraft, that children who are 13 or younger must wear life jackets when riding in operation. And like Jason Carter said, I believe that it is okay to have medical drugs, but with other drugs that are bad, then I would not allow them.
Okay. And Mr. Hunt, what's your position?
I favor medical marijuana, but not the legalization of street drugs.
Excellent and concise answer. Okay, and so that completes our debate of our gubernatorial candidates. But they have one final question that they're gonna be asked by, I would like, well, no, his is gonna be saved for, because these guys can't hear it, right? You can't be prepared for it.
We
So
can
maybe
leave.
if you step outside in the hallway,
And go into the
and Ms.
bank.
Coe goes with you so that I know that you're not going to be able to hear what's being said. Well, that's
you
okay.
will.
I know it already, honey. I got roped into being a candidate, and I know the answer. I know the questions on all of them. So unfortunately,
So
there's
you're
no
being
secret
saved
for
for
me.
me.
answer.
That's right.